Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know what time it is. So let's just go ahead and hop right into it, the discussion. Sam freaking Reinhart. Ironically, one of the big acquisitions that the actual Florida Panthers team made this year that made me want to do this team. Being so young as he was whenever we started, as well as the fact that he had elite potential, it really made for an interesting dynamic to me. Um, During his time here, he's always been a second fiddle, if you will. He's always been the second best player, the second best center. I wouldn't say second best player, actually. I'd say second best center. Um, Always a second best center, though. Uh, Contract wise, I mean, until the end, he didn't really have any problems. At the end, he was kind of a douche and didn't want me to be able to retire because he wanted me to, go through the off season and have to negotiate with him there. But overall, he was a very solid player for us. He averaged around the upper 90s in points, even topping out at I believe 97 points at one point. And he could have as many as 33 goals. And if you remember, at one point, we ended up rotating him with Tippett for the top line for the right wing, as he performed better, you know, and that's what'll happen some of these times. In terms of individual awards, which is where a lot of these players have been lacking thus far, we actually do have some for Reinhardt, as Reinhardt was quite clutch. He actually earned himself the Conn Smythe on our first Stanley Cup, which may not sound like a lot, but trust me, guys, on a team that was this loaded, it's insane that. Geez, English is difficult. It is insane that he was able to win it because he was competing with Barkov, he was competing with Huberdeau, he was competing with, at the time, Duclair as well. There was a lot of players at that point in time that could have had a stake in it, and I would even say Danton Heinen deserves a shout. Spoiler alert to those of you though, he will not be appearing in a Hall of Fame video. A fourth liner, just as much as, even if you are a cult hero as a fourth liner, you don't get into the Hall of Fame. Um, but with that being said, Reinhardt clearly has a case to make. Whether or the strength of that case is still up for determining. So, uh, sorry, had to try it. um, but he's always been a guy that we can consistently rely on, a guy that will perform in the playoffs, which was big to me. Originally, we did not have many players that would do that, but Reinhardt always showed he always pulled his weight whenever it came playoff time. He was never someone that complained about ice time. He was not necessarily a team first guy, as he did want to get paid, taking 8 million or 8.5 million, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so that doesn't make me warm up to him a little or very much, but he was a consummate professional. He was a dude that was nice to have. Again, one of the original reasons I wanted to do this team. So that does play into the decision a bit. If I had to decide, I'm going to tell you guys now. He's the first one I could not give you an answer on. He is split down the middle for me. You know, um, I believe there's only one other person up to this point that I would say really deserves to make the Hall of Fame. I'll let you all determine who that is. But there, it's just so difficult to make the actual Hall of Fame. I don't know that Reinhardt's really done enough. But at the same time, has he? He's been here for 4 Stanley Cups. He's won a Conn Smythe. He's put up over 90 points. Never been the best player on his team. Never been the best player. Yeah, he's been the best player in his line, but he's never been the best player in his team. Never broken the 100-point mark. And in all actuality, we'll probably retire for this franchise mode relatively soon. I believe he's 32 or maybe 31. I'm not entirely sure. But the point is that he has a bunch of things working for him, yet also against him. He's the closest call that I think we're going to have in this entire list. And without a doubt, he's going to be someone that will split decisions, at least in my book. So let me know what you all think. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And I will see you in the next one when we get into our top, what, six? We get into our top six. The last non-core member of this roster, Quinn freaking Hughes. See you all then.